When we turn off the recording, tell me.
You guys ready?
So, first interview.
Okay.
This is a big deal for me. So when I reach like my 100th video, I'm going to think back in hindsight and I'm going to think of this exact...
First one ever, yeah.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is a big deal, so thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to be the first one. Usually the first one doesn't do too good, so hopefully we'll change that.
You can't offend an Arab. You need to eat, right? I know you don't want coffee. I got you my favorite juice. Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay. Strawberry, banana, and elderflower.
See then the red and red. So
this was totally intentional, and I got you my favorite cake as well, which is carrot cake.
I'm more of a red velvet, but
oh, for goodness sake! So you're telling me there's some new changes, right?
Yeah.
So you want to talk to me about that?
Since my last fight, my dad's had to go to Tunisia, look after his mother, and also look after the properties he has down there. We decided, okay, maybe it's time I change my main trainer, just for the time being while he's there. And we chose Barry O'Connor. He's a famous trainer. He's trained people like George Groves, Anthony Ogogo, John O'Donnell, just to name a few, and he's done pretty well with them. And really, every time I've had a title fight, he's always been in my corner. So when I won the Southern Area, he was there. When I won the English title, he was there. When I won the WBA Continental, he was in my corner. What
was like the thought process to go with him as like, you know, you make it sound like he's like the temporary trainer. So are you planning on going back to your dad after when he's back, or?
Well, at the moment, it's just Barry full-time, and maybe when my dad comes back, but it'll still be Barry, the main guy, and always in the corner.
Yeah.
My dad just there in the background.
Yeah.
You know, because he's my dad. He's
your number one supporter, isn't he?
Yeah, well.
So your dad used to be your trainer. Now you've got Barry.
Yeah.
The training styles, like how do they differ? Do you have a preference?
Well, no, it was both different, both great. But truthfully, Barry's already seen what I'm good at, and he'll just work on that, which is great, because my dad's been my trainer since like the age of 3 years old. So that's, well, I've been basic boxing all my life. There's pictures of me as a baby with gloves on and nappies. But as I got older, I saw the money I could make from boxing. I was like, okay, I kind of like this then. So.
You telling me that you didn't like it when you first started?
Yeah.
So why continue with it? Like if you, I don't know, I'm someone that like, if I don't like something, I literally, maybe I'm just a quitter, but I literally like, I can't be bothered with this. I'd rather pick up something that maybe I've got commitment issues. What made you kind of be like, no, I'm going to see this through?
It's all I know. It's nothing that I know, because I was basically forced into it as a kid. Every day I'd have to come home from school. As a primary school, my dad would pick me up on his bike, singing, come on champ, come on champ. So I was just the guy who'd run home every day, and then after I'd have to eat my food really quick. So that's actually, I have a problem. Every time now if I go on a date or whatnot, I'm just at a nice restaurant, bang, like £100 worth of food gone in 5 seconds. I
can eat 2 large Domino's pizzas in 10 minutes. I fold them like a calzone and I eat them. So I think I can probably challenge you at that.
Well, it's not a good thing, though. I'm trying to say you've got to take your time with food. Apparently, you live longer the slower you eat. I mean, my curfew up until the age of 18 was 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. because I had to be home to eat my special lunch and, you know, my training session. So I'd beg my friends on Saturdays and Sundays to see me at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we can hang out.
So what would they do at 8 o'clock in the morning? What's open at 8 o'clock in the morning back then?
We just hang out. We cycle in, you know, around London. Come to Hyde Park.
What was your uni experience like? Because, you know, because you went to uni of Surrey, right?
Yeah, Surrey University in Guildford, yeah.
Studied business.
Business management, yeah.
Business management. Why'd you pick business?
So I could do boxing at the same time. It's an easy subject, not gonna lie.
So you literally just picked the easiest subject you could find to go for it?
So I can have time, because my dream actually is to be a pilot.
Really?
But then now that I think about it, pilots are basically like bus drivers, are they not? Because basically.
I see what you mean,
yeah,
but so I think their jobs are way scarier.
Yeah, it's a lot scary. But then again, everything's computerized now. They just press a button, you just
I don't trust computers. I'm also really scared of flying.
I love flying, but then I did some I've recently been to Dubai a few times, and the flights are so long. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a good thing I wasn't a pilot. So.
What have you learned, like from whether that's like mentally or, you know, through skills, like through actual boxing? What have you picked up, like some major lessons from Barry?
Well, what he does, he sees how I spar, and what I do good in sparring, then he'll work in it. Also, he'll look at other fighters, such as he has like different code names, such as a Kessler or a Journeyman Hook, or or like David Hay right hand. So he'd pick certain things of really good boxers, what they do, and he'll try and make me do them, which people don't know what it means. So it's like code words that people don't know, and then. So if you're like,
so if he's in your corner and he's shouting them at you, no one's gonna know what.
Exactly, and then it becomes a surprise.
Yeah, well, so, not a surprise anymore. It's literally recorded.
No, but they still know what a Kessler is. And I've always been disciplined, so I've always been like, let's say, like a soldier, an army guy. So whatever someone tells me to, I'll do it straight away. I think I was built in like my dad. He would always shout and sparring and tell me what to do. I'd do it straight away, so it works well.
Do you feel like you needed this shake-up after, you know? You've won 13, but you've lost 2, right? So, do you feel like you needed that shake-up after your last fight against Jeffers?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's time to try something different. You know, we got to go a certain level.
Yeah.
And you know, truly and really, many people do change their trainers over time. Like for example, Tyson Fury used to be with his dad.
Yeah.
Then he went up to a different trainer. Same with Eubank, was with his father,
Yeah.
then went to a different trainer. I think the only one that stayed with his father and it worked out well was Joe Kazagi. Right?
Yeah.
But then again, my father's still in the background. He still calls me every day.
I'm not going to touch on the Jeffers fight too much. We move on to bigger and better things. But what I wanted to ask you about it though was, you came from 2 wins before that. You had Jermaine Brown, you had Anthony Sims Jr.
Yeah.
You were like on that high, and then that happened. You didn't go into it with this mindset that like, this guy's only had 2 weeks training because he's jumped in for Heffron.
See, that's the thing. I don't think he has, because I know what their plan was. So I was meant to fight Mark Heffron. I was training for him 2 weeks later, 2 weeks before the fight got called. I was changing opponents, Mark Jeffers, and I still focused on Mark Heffron.
Yeah.
Even though if you look at that fight, you could say it could have gone either way. I mean, first 5 rounds I didn't really do too much, but near the end I ended up picking up. I woke up and pick it up. And really and truly, I believe I could beat this guy any day of the week, other than that day, of course. But
would you rematch?
I would love to rematch, get my English title back.
You've had 2 losses, right? You're a more seasoned, experienced boxer now than when you were in 2019 when you lost against Cody Davis, right? Like, how did you handle that loss in comparison to this loss? How did your mindset, it more intensely? Did you actually, take a step back and like look at it in hindsight and be like, okay, these are the lessons I've learned from this fight, and this is how it's going to be? And
what I notice with boxers, when they lose, if they really and truly lose and they've given it their all and they're giving 100% and they lose, I see that affects them mentally, because they're thinking, okay, I've done my best and I've lost. With the one of Cody Davis, I went in I took the fight light heavy, and truly I'm a super middleweight. Even on the day of the fight, I was still at super middleweight. I was about 77 kilos. I still managed to knock him down in round 2, and still with that fight, I still believe it was a close fight. He had Joe Kazagi in his corner, and Frank Warren liked him at the time, and me and Frank Warren had contract issues. The thing is, I've learned a lot from these fights. I know never always try to be in the center, always look more aggressive, and after every attack, make sure I was defend, which Barry calls them SOPs, standard operational procedures, because he's an army guy, not an army guy, Marines. That's it, Marines. Commando. So yeah.
Was he like training with the Marines for like 12 years or something?
Yeah. So he's really good, man. And
I actually want to know what you think of this.
Strawberry and banana, right?
And elderflower. Can you not taste the elderflower? Damn!
Strawberry and banana.
I'm about to go and unleash hell on Joe and the Juice. So we were just talking about the Battle of the Zaks. I personally want you. Zak Parker. He's got a fight on the
30th of September, I think.
30th of September.
Joe Joyce undercard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, Battle of the Zaks, and plus you're 5th, he's 6th in the super middleweight.
No, it's crazy.
It would be it's a close.
Zak versus Zak. He's
Zak
spelled with
versus Zak.
Z-A-C-H, I'm Z-A-K, the right way, I'd love to have Jeffers next, honestly. That's what I want next, or Mark Heffron.
You're out for blood with Jeffers.
I want them back, man. Usually what I do after fight, I'll take a holiday, like last fights, went to Dubai. Before that, I went to Dubai again.
What's your favourite holiday? Because by the sounds of things, you mentioned Dubai about like 6 times. Actually, I think you like Dubai.
Yeah, I love it. In fact, the first time I went to Dubai was after, I was meant to fight Laurent Richards, but he pulled out. And I was like, might as well take a holiday. Yeah. So first time I went to Dubai, and I fell in love with it. I went by myself.
So Jeffers and Heffron, you want that to be your next fight?
It'd be great.
So what's your favourite fight you've ever done?
Actually, Sims. I'd say Sims was probably my favourite fight.
Really?
Because he had like 23 fights, 20 knockouts.
Yeah, he's proper
Only one loss
seasoned,
with a top guy who went for a world title eliminator.
Don't boxers have like rituals? You need to do the same thing every single time before a fight if that's what's getting your win.
No, I just put my right gloves on, right shoe first, right glove first, because it's sunnah, right? I'm Muslim, so I just pray. That's it. I don't believe in no stereotypes, no superstitions and all that stuff. But
I'm like a proper southpaw. Everything I pick up with my left hand, I'll like take a spoon and hold it in my left hand. My parents were like, "That's haram. You can't do that."
I've never had that, but I think it's just, they say Sunnah, Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, used to always use right hand for things.
You had like boxing. You were boxing in nappies. You were boxing out the womb, and rude. So you were like basically boxing like from the womb. Your brother's a boxer as well.
He was GB champion as well. So
Did you guys ever like have this like competitive side?
Always. Because he's 2 years older than me. It was always me playing catch up. But of course he'd always be ahead.
Yeah.
He'd be ahead in the rounds, he'd be ahead in sparring. But then slowly, as he went, when I became like 13, 14, I started developing. I started overtaking. He wasn't motivated like me with boxing. Me, I did have a dream of being a champion. I wanted to be a champion because I was thinking all this effort I'm not gonna put it to waste.
Yeah.
Then again, it's all I know. So. You know what they say, if you're really good at something, don't do it for free.
Your brother's also, an incredible boxer. He can always come back and, help you. Make
Yeah,
it a
why
family
not?
business.
Actually, that's what he's planning to do. He's going to get his trainer license, or
Yeah.
second trainer. He's going to be in my corner, so
Amazing.
that's good.
Got a nice little team on
The
you.
money in the family.
How do you find having your dad as like your dad, but then also as your coach? Like, you know, the
yeah.
idea of like stepping out of the role of coach and then into the role of dad.
It's never really stepped out. It's
just always trainer.
It's not dad coach. It's a dad coach.
Right.
So
How does that work?
like when for example when he was in training me, I'd wake up, tell me what to eat for breakfast, tell me what to have for lunch, tell me what for dinner, tell me what time to sleep, tell me what time to wake up, what time we're doing training. But it basically, yeah. And every time we speak, it just be speaking about boxing. So.
Have you ever tried to like have a conversation with your dad about anything else? Be like,
but then it turns-
watched any good movies? You're like,
Yeah, the
yeah,
boxing
boxing.
Like, it just turns into boxing. Like, my dad's really passionate about boxing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been his life. Before, as a kid, I didn't really like it. But now, of course, I'm very grateful. He
Yeah.
put me in a great position in life, a respectable position. So I'm really quite happy with it. And you know, when the journey's not over, there's still
Yeah.
a lot to achieve.
What about your mum?
My mum. Nah.
So like when you've got like a whole boxing family, is she just kind of like, God, this like all my kids are off like chatting about boxing with their dad, and I'm just sat here.
Look, yeah, my mum's great. She's one of the biggest supporter. She always wants me to win. She always gets nervous before a fight. I remember I see her sometimes when she comes to my fight. She sits on her chair, just rocking back and forward.
So you know how you tell me how your mum gets worried for fights? My mum made me FaceTime her after my win. Well, not win, I drew. But after, rude up. Okay, after I got the medal.
Okay. Participation.
What's wrong with you? Go on and got you a juice. Go on a nice little picnic and you're ripping into me. It's fine. If you've got your brother and your father, you know, boxing, did you feel like because you were not forced into it, but like aggressively pushed into boxing, did you feel like you had like some sort of pressure to live up to their expectations?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the time it was all I knew, and all like it was brainwashed into me that all I'm gonna do is boxing all my life, and that was gonna be my life. Yeah, and so I didn't really think about anything else. I didn't think about my dream was, of course, I'm gonna be a pilot, but then I had the dream of, okay, I'll become rich enough from boxing to buy my own plane and be a pilot and stuff like that. I mean, that's still the dream, hopefully.
Would you say your family is like a big driver, a big motivator in?
Of course, yeah. They all support me. Even my family inside in Tunisia, and my mum's side from Italy, they all watch me on TV. They all support me.
Like Tunisia, like Italians and Tunisians, they're quite big on family.
Yeah,
like,
well, my mum's got like 7 brothers and sisters. My dad's got 8 brothers and sisters.
Sounds really similar
I've
to
got
my
hundreds
family
of cousins,
as well.
so yeah.
A lot, very big families. So what's your favorite pizza topping? What goes on the pizza?
I love cheese, so I have like 4 cheeses, but that's really it. I don't really have meat on the pizza because then the meat turns cooked, and
I like, you know, processed meats in
yeah.
general. They kind of freak me out.
I like just to taste the real pizza. You know, if you go to like a place like Napoli where the original pizza, they just have pizza with tomato sauce and cheese, and that's it. That's a little basil leaf, and there you go. Yeah.
I love the little.
No,
so you eat it quickly.
Yeah, I eat for fuel. I guess I just eat for fuel. I don't really like.
Yeah, but
sit
food's
and
meant to be enjoyed.
I know.
Zak outside of boxing. You're like, oh, who's Zak outside of boxing?
I don't know.
Like what we were talking about video games earlier.
Oh yeah. There's a game called RuneScape. I couldn't say I play, but I log into my account every now and then because, as I said, I promised myself as a 10-year-old kid I'd always check on my account. I guess I'll pass it on to my kids. Okay,
something I want to ask you about. You wanted to skim past it, but I actually want to ask about it. Is the all-girls school?
Oh yeah.
Why was that a bad shout?
Oh, I think teenage girls are just the worst, and then. They were like, because I had a mask at the time, like, sir, take down your mask, and I'd take down my mask. Oh, sir, you're kind of cute. I was like, oh, shit, no, thank you. And then next day I'd tell them my name, like, oh, it's Mr. Chelli, and then they Google me and they start following me on Instagram.
And then you're getting random DM slides.
I'm not getting no case here, block and delete, and yeah.
You're not ending up on no list.
Yeah, none of that, man. Right, guys, sit down, bags under the table.
Yeah.
No talking. If I see your phone, it's confiscated, you get at the end of the week.
But who can take you seriously? You were like 21, 22.
22, yeah, but I just did an angry, grumpy face, you know. And then they asked me, what's your name? I say, James.
Well, you wouldn't go back to it now, would you?
I mean,
I was going to say from the pause, no chance.
I used to be a cool teacher, you know. I used to come on my motorbike, all full levers.
I thought you didn't have your license back then. You only got in April.
I got the full license in April, but back then I had just the 125cc, so it wasn't a fast bike, but it still looked cool.
What do you drive?
Like a convertible BMW, so it's nice. Got it last year for the summer.
Get the roof out.
So rarely. I've been speaking to people with Boxer and Sky Sports, and they're telling me either I'm fighting on the 30th of September next month, or be definitely the 21st of October at the O2 Arena. So I'm looking forward to it. I just can't wait. Okay, so what about in life? What's next for non-boxing Zak Chelli? Honestly, at the moment, you're just so focused on boxing. I need to be successful in boxing, because once you're successful in boxing, everything
It's
else.
like a domino
falls
effect,
into
isn't
place.
it?
Exactly, yeah.
So you harp on about this place in Dubai quite a lot. Is the plan
Yeah.
to move there and then?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're done with
I don't
London.
like the way this West is going, and I feel more at peace when I'm in Dubai as well.
Is it your favorite country to go to, or like what's your favorite holiday
So far,
destination?
it's been my favorite. One place I really would love to go to Japan.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm saving up my Amex points for it.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Japan, anime and all that. So.
All right.
Yeah. Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, One Punch Man. It's a great anime.
Okay, what's next for you this weekend? What are you doing?
Oh, this
And
weekend?
do not tell me you're just training.
Oh, I might go swimming.
Okay.
I might drive to Dover, see the White Cliffs, or I think maybe Brighton. I haven't decided yet.
Well, this has been lovely.
Thank you for the juice.
You're welcome. I really appreciate you coming on as my first guest. I'll basically, when it hits 101, I'll be like, Zak,
Restart.
come
There you
back.
go. There you go.